Hey everybody, Mac and Damon here for OCR Kings, and we got another fabulous sit rep from our friend and self-described OCR Kings reporter at large, David Best. David, thank you so much for sending this in. This is the sit rep for the 2025 Spartan Boise event. So he was out there in Idaho.
Yeah, Trifecta weekend.
Man gets around. Good on you, brother.
That's right.
So he opens up with something. You know what? We're going to provide a link to this unabridged sit rep on our blog. We'll put a link in the description below. And he's talking about a wise man saying, we'll leave it at that, never go on a whitewater rafting trip the Friday before a Spartan race trifecta weekend. That's pretty good advice.
That's right. Yep.
I have a feeling that things are going to take a turn during this event. Stay tuned. More on that in a second. He said the Boise Trifecta race event was held the weekend of August 9th and 10th at the Tom Pence Ranch in a place that I can't pronounce in Idaho. The race weekend consisted of a beast, which only had 750 open racers. That sounds a little bit low. As well as the sprint, almost 2,000. That's fantastic.
That's good. That's Saturday.
And the super on Sunday had almost 1,100 open racers, so that's pretty good. Now we're doing this roadside after we just did a run, so you might hear some crazy things, some animals, some cars, some bikers, some maniacs.
That one was a little close.
That one was danger close. So we're doing this pretty live after we've done a run ourselves. Nothing like what our friend accomplished here at this Trifecta weekend. But we like to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Run a little bit ourselves.
That's right. Once in a while. Yeah. So David mentions that that Idaho has kind of been a staple from 2010 to 2020, but then they took a 5-year hiatus. So this is a returned venue to Idaho, and David and obviously all of us, and I'm sure everyone out in the Idaho area hopes that this is something to come. Hopefully that race numbers are something that Spartan can work with and keep this venue rolling.
I'd like to get out there myself, so you know.
I did until I read the rest of his report.
So this is the next part. He says, venue, logistics, and quote, the mistake. So there are certain Spartan race venues that aren't the easiest to access from the East Coast, and this is one of those. So David had to fly from Orlando, Florida to Salt Lake City and then to Boise. Yep. And you're only asking for trouble when you have to use multiple flights to reach your venue. Agreed. Yeah.
That's right. And he mentions the real problem was his return flight, where he had to go Boise through Chicago, and then the flights got canceled outbound, so he stayed at O'Hare.
Your first mistake, because flying through O'Hare is always a disaster.
Terrible.
At least for me, I've slept there on the floor on a few occasions.
Yeah.
It just happens that if something happens on either leg of your trip, everybody's packed in at O'Hare because it's a hub. You're going to get screwed.
After a weekend where you've already pushed yourselves to the limit, you're pretty sore.
Brutal.
Then you're going to go sleep on the floor.
Yeah, no, that's not what
that's tough.
What you want to have happen. So he talks about the big mistake being, he flew out on the Thursday before and decided to book a day-long whitewater rafting trip on Friday to enjoy the, I'll say, Payette River. Forgive me if I'm saying that incorrectly, which ended up being the big mistake. While navigating a Class 3 rapid called Trash Can, the raft nose dived into the rapid and went one way, whilst he and his left knee went another way. Yikes. Okay, that's not good. He was able to complete the rest of the rafting trip, but there was no way in hell he was going to be able to participate in the Beast race the next day. Yikes. But he was hoping for the best. He is an optimist. He was right, so he volunteered on Saturday.
Yeah, very cool.
Good for him. And he put the kids, he was put on the kids course at the spear throw, at which he berated all of those little oh no, that's not what he's writing? He received quite an education from those young Spartans and found out the older kids are worse than any of the adults he's run into participating or volunteering at a Spartan. They are savages. Wow. Okay. That sounds like that was the second mistake that he had.
That's
volunteering for those little buggers. All right. So he goes on to talk about the weather, the course conditions, and review. Now, Damer, you had read ahead and you were looking at some of this stuff.
Yeah. So talking about the weather, and it was like he mentions a lot of the race venues he was hitting were very wet and rainy. So he was praying to the Spartan gods for a dry race finally. And, well, apparently he got that and zero shade and blazing sun. And he said the sun was so hot it could raise a blister on boot leather.
Wow.
Yep.
So his Spartan prayers to the Spartan gods were not answered.
Yeah, a little too extreme.
What was this? I found out the hard way about the insects in that part of the country. The locals had told him that from the middle of July to the end of September, the insects are everywhere. The flies were so bad that David would let 5 or 6 flies into the hotel room just to get ice, and it was way worse than the course with the stinging insects. Wow,
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
He was able to participate in both the Super and Sprint on Sunday and saw firsthand how bad they were.
Yes.
We passed multiple boxes placed on the course marked, "Do not move, stinging insect nest." Well, at least they put a box there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it says even while he was volunteering on the kid course on Saturday, multiple kids were stung while on the obstacles. And it seemed that the obstacles really enjoyed hanging out on the obstacles, waiting for victims.
Oh, so, yes. So bugs, obstacles,
yes.
Kids crying, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Blistering hot sun, no shade. It's like.
So did we say we wanted to go to this locale?
Yeah.
I'm having second thoughts now.
He said that the heat was so bad. He said there was some shade on the sprint course, but the Super Beast part of the course was located on a mesa, and there was no shade to be found. And multiple racers did succumb to heat that day.
Yikes. He details the obstacles in order, and I'm seeing a pattern develop here. 2 things that I don't like. Sandbag carry number 2, and barbed wire crawl number 2. Now, we've been doing doubles in several of the races that we've done this season, namely barbed wire crawl 1s and 2s. That gets a little boring. So
especially on a trifecta weekend, it's like now you're going to come around and potentially do those
like 5 times. Especially and sandbag carry too. No, come on, Spartan, you can do better. Let's not do that.
I mean, so they do have some other ones in this obstacle list. Irish tables, nice to just sprinkle it in. Farmers carry something
like that.
Something different. So it was like, I mean, we just did one this past weekend, and we saw chain for the first time, which wasn't particularly difficult.
Hard, no.
But it was different.
It was
so drop one of those, carry number 2, and put the chain in. And, so there's ways to be creative.
So David's final thoughts and recommendations and updates. So he thought the course was a challenging one and well worth the effort of every Spartan to consider for next season. Cool. The only thing Spartan should do to move the event date to the end of September, where we could only hope for cooler weather and less insects. Okay,
I like that. Yeah.
As far as his injury is concerned, he was able to participate in both the Sunday Super and Sprint. He just had to stay away from the high walls and low crawls, as well as take a few Advil washed down with some Jack Daniels. Laugh out loud, so he writes. Excellent. Actually, that's not a bad recipe. I think. Yeah, he was lucky he was able to enjoy the rest of his Idaho vacation, hiking, swimming, and enjoying the Sawtooth Mountains. Idaho is a true sportsman's paradise. Very cool.
Yes.
Once he returned home, he found out that he has a grade 2 tear of his left MCL.
Oh.
Yikes, David, we're sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, and I know he's been going hardcore.
It's his dream of 13 trifectas in a season and attaining the Spartan immortality by earning a Spartan spear. Is it over? Is it not? I don't know. Guess what? To find out, everybody, you're going to need to tune in to this
That's
same
right here.
OCR Kings
Yes.
channel.
So we need another report from
David Best.
David.
He says, but until then, this is your OCR Kings reporter at large, David Best, bringing you all the best that Spartan offers us.
Yes,
David,
very
we
good.
hope you're okay, brother.
Yes.
And we hope everybody does tune in to find out how you're doing
Yeah.
and see how it goes with attaining that
right.
Spartan spear. We hope you do it. And we hope you do follow along to learn whether or not he's able to get there. So that being said, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel greatly and is greatly appreciating. We hope to see you out there on the course.
That's right.
And David also hopes to see you out on the course. And David, we hope to see
see
you
you
out on the course, brother. But until that time, remember, as always, train hard.
Have fun.
Have fun.